is Friday, August 24th, and we have Fredy back. So Fredy has a couple things to talk about. One is dynamic field creation, if not anything else. But he also wanted to share what he's finding out on SQLite via cubeSQL. So with that, welcome back, Fredy. Long time no see.
Welcome back to all of Buddy here. Okay, today we are talking about the dynamic field creation. It's very useful, for example, in application like clinical records, like document management, document of a machine maintenance or whatever. It's basically for to give a user the possibility that can make many forms only using one form, and the user can in runtime to create field that he need to fill and to print and to whatever. Okay. Now we'll explain the use. Later, I will put the example in. I'll send to the WINDEV X website in order that all people can download. Okay. Template configuration. What is template configuration? Template configuration is component in 3 tables. We need a header table. This is a name of the template. For example, I have one template named medical meeting and have all these fields. The user need to register info in all of these type of fields. Are you seeing the fields? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. This is how it's configured. I need to create a header. A header have a code, a description, and a status. Status is active, inactive, deleted, or whatever. And then we have a field. The field is composed in basically in the field only have the field name sequence. Sequence is in order that I need to the data will be read, and the field name. The user only see this information, the field name, and the template name. These fields are only to internal user. Okay, and here the type of field. For example, memo is for long text. Alphanumeric is for around 100. And date are all other type of field, alphanumeric, list, and checkboxes. Okay, close, and we show you an application using that, and then I explain how to use that information. Let me. Okay.
So what did the analysis look like that you use, or do you just define it all in here?
We have here one analysis, and then I show you. Let me show here the information. I show you the dynamic creation. The database is SQL Server. Okay.
Okay. Oh boy.
Okay. History clinic, America. Okay. This is the template. For example, we like to create one dynamic form to create some type of field. For example, I use one information like nutrition, for example, table. These fields are created dynamically. These fields are sized to the bottom of the screen. Are you see? I put some
Oh,
information.
okay.
Okay, with the scroll, automatic scroll. Okay, back.
So
If
are
I
you talking
like,
about
okay.
um hey Freddie?
Yes. I hear
Freddie?
you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So this form, what you're showing us is that all these fields, what you're saying, the automatic creation is the automatic creation of lining up all these fields on a form in that sequence number order?
Yes, of course. Order. The only fixed fields in this form are only these four fields: date, diagnostic, description, and this one. The other fields are dynamically created. That's right. Let me check, and I put on another screen, and then I explain how to work. Okay. Okay. Save.
Okay.
Now I will use another expression, for example, this one. This one have another format. Look, all type of different type of information. Are you seeing? This is
Oh, that's
alphanumeric.
why you get
This,
autonumeric. Yeah, that's why you get alphanumeric and memo. The memo is a bigger one, right?
yes. For example, exacto, memo big. This is a title and subtitle fields. This, and for example, are you seeing? We have combo fields too. Okay,
Nice.
and checkboxes. Let me check. I have checkboxes here. I guess that I have some checkboxes. No, but in this screen in this template I don't have that. No problem. For example, tap,
This is not a looper, is it?
okay?
Are you using a loop?
No,
Are you
it's not
using
a
a
looper.
looper
It's a
or not?
form.
No?
No, I don't like too much the looper. Okay, this is a form. Okay, and now I will show you the source code and whatever. Okay, go
Okay.
and go to the source now. Okay. Well, let me show something here. These are a table with totals. I use to show a resume of all clinical record of the patient. Okay, order by date, by precision, and whatever. Okay, okay. Go to inside. Perfect. We'll show you now the form. The form has this is the form. Are you see the form? Only have a few fields. Only have this, and that. Okay. Now, all this is a super control. Okay. And let me show you. In a super control, in a plane, I hide. I need to create one field of each type of field that I need. For example, here in control, in hide in super control, I have. Okay, I have here. Okay, I have one field of each of field that I need. For example, checkbox, combos, edit, date,
Oh, field types, you
custom,
mean, right?
field type, for example, this
Freddie,
list
you mean
box or
one of each
whatever that I
field
need.
type, right?
That's right. And in each field are hidden in a plane, okay? Because in WINDEV we can create a runtime button. I need only use a pre-created field. That's right, because we use the control clone instruction. That's right. Okay, and I will
Oh,
show
cool.
the code now. Okay, this is a combo only to load the all the template types, for example, and in the combo I have a code. Okay, this is a query, And we need to do, well, some info that I need. Okay, I show you the fields. Okay, in this routine, I create all fields. It's very easy routine. I put in the example that I will give you. That's right. Okay, I use the plain because I have the fields in the plain too. That's right. And I use the plain one in order to capture the information of the user. That's right. Let me check 1 second. Hello. See? ¿Sí? Mira, estoy en una conferencia, ya te
So
marcó.
Rob, you checking this out?
Okay. Okay. That's right. Then now we have.
Yeah, between this and the...
Yeah, is this pretty cool?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still trying to grasp 100% what he's doing, but...
What he's doing is he has a template for different types of forms. So each template basically says, okay, I need these fields, and he builds it on the fly based on his configuration of each template.
That's right.
You know,
For
each
example,
one he says, I want this, 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 and this, and he has.
Okay, the drop-down tells you what template to use.
Yeah. And then what he did was in the planes, he created one of each field type so he can call up and say, this field uses this field uses that, and he has a sort order that which one comes first, second, and third.
Kind of like making his own little style sheets in a way.
Yeah. To make, for example, a maintenance software, maintenance program, remember, for example, it's different the type of information that I need to record, for example, for an air conditioning machine. Is different from the a truck, for example, or for a pneumatic drill or whatever. That's right. You can create, for example, one template for air conditioning. Air conditioning, for example, need field like BTU. Power, voltage, ampere, whatever. That's right. But in a truck, for example, you need the information different, like capacity load, capacity track, engine, how many cylinders have the engine, how many cubic centimeter have the power of the engine, type of fuel, whatever information. That's right. Okay. Yes.
Hey, Freddie, I have a question.
Yes.
Freddie? Okay,
yes,
my question is on each of the fields in the template. Okay, on the each field, I say it's an entry field. Okay, alphanumeric. Now, can I apply business rules to it? Could I apply a lookup to it?
Yes, it's possible. It's possible. In this example, I don't use look in another field because I don't need it in the moment. But it's very easy. It's very easy to implement. It's very easy. Okay, let me explain. The first is the row number, because here is in Spanish. I try to translate to English in order to put later in the website. Okay, the fila is row. I begin to draw the fields beginning in the 180 row. Column is column. Is in what column in the screen? Sequencia is the sequence, and suffix is a suffix that I put in the field. For example, if I have 10 fields, each field combo, for example, name it combo 1, combo 1, combo 2, combo 3, combo 4, because I don't know how many fields my user create. That's it. That's right. I need to do all in runtime, and all can upgrade or upsize. That's right. Okay. For example, here for each MPLD is the template detail. That's right. In template detail, you see each field in order a sequence. That's right. Okay. This is a special equal because this key is a compound key. That's right. and I only I'm putting only the first label of the component key. Okay. Suffix is a sequence, this field, plus the number. Remember the field sequence that I showed you in the two browsers. That's right. Okay. I put, and then I switch. If field type is title, do that. If is subtitle, do that. If alphanumeric, if memo, if this is the type, no? If date, is list, is checkboxes, and well, okay. And I explain now. Okay, I show you what need to do. For example, for a field, a little field that you show. Remember the field, the short field that you show is alphanumeric, that's right? I use control clone, SC form, control and subcontrol, the name of the field, remember the field here, okay? I put a new name, it's a EDT dash alpha and the suffix, in what column and in what row, column and row, that's right? And then this with indirection, I put some attribute. For example, display enabled, true. I need that the field will be enabled. A caption, I put the caption that was saved in a template detail. Remember template detail? In template details, this caption is the user see in the field data, visible true, and I need to put some information here. Okay. Okay, memo is the same, date is the same, but here okay, this information that you see here is to find in the table that I use to save the user data. That's right. I create, for example, the alphanumeric field, and immediately, because, for example, if you are in modification, I find the information and put in the field immediately. That's right? Are you see, Arnold?
So you're saving each field. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Okay.
I think there's just a little delay. That's the problem. Yeah, it's just a little delay. So are you saying that you save for each field after you enter it, or at the end, very end?
No. After exit each field, I save that information. That's right? Okay.
Oh, okay.
I show you.
Okay.
Okay. The other question is, all my information grow in records, not in columns in the database. That's right? That permits that the user can use unlimited fields. Because one template, for example, need only 2 fields, for example, but another template we need 30, 50 fields, I don't know. That's right? Okay. Memo is the same, fecha is the same, but in lista is some tricky here, okay? Lista is a combo, that's right? Here, in the first part, I create the field, that's right? Control clone, display enabled, caption, visible, that's right, okay. And now, here in this, I load in the combo the values that the user say that field need. For example, sex. The only answer will be male and female, for example. That's right? You need the combo field. You say the type combo.
Yeah. So that's your lookups then.
And that's right. And now we make the load the info, the user info in the combo in order to the user only see the option that the user put. That's right. Okay. In the multi-check is the
so same. do I save that actual Fredy? In the lookup, would I be saving a sysid, or would I be saving the actual text that's shown in the combo?
No, normally it's text. Okay, I show again the software running because to explain, because it's at the beginning, it's some tricky, no? It's very easy, but how is the new is too difficult at the first time, okay? I showed you again the info, okay?
Okay.
Okay, this is the template. For example, voy a edit one template that has information. For example, this one, okay? I create in runtime, remember? And
Right.
put the information that the user save. That's right. This, for example, in
Right.
evolution, the people, whatever, and this is the a combo. You see the option that the combo have? Okay.
Yes.
This information, all information was defined by the end user. I don't need to program nothing. This. That's right. Okay. When I
Okay. So I mean, the thing is so if the user changes that drop list, like
yes.
maybe they make it a different language or change the word familiar to unfamiliar
Mm-hmm.
in the master. I'm just wondering,
Yes.
it's not going to be in sync, right? Because it's
No,
not.
not in sync, not in
Oh, shit.
sync, because I save information in the database in records, not in columns. That's right. So in rows. For example,
Right. So
this record need this one in this part is in the header HCA table, and is a
mhm.
HCAD and have one record, two record, three records. So I need three records to save that
Right.
information. Okay, because I don't have,
Right.
I
And the
don't
header
know.
part is in each one of them.
Yes, okay. The header part is
Yes.
the father of the child. Okay, okay. Let me for example
Right. Right.
put a different information. For example, this one have another structure. User, more fields, more info. Okay, correct. When I put for
Okay.
example, I write some info here. When I click the tab, the record is saved immediately. What record? Only that row.
Yeah.
Okay, in the physical
Right.
field. And then I showed you info inside the database is very easy to understand. Okay, right? Understood now? Very easy or
Yes.
very
Yes.
difficult? Okay. Now, for example,
No.
a
No. No.
new.
The concept is understandable. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and then let me explain the code again. Okay. In each field, I put the info that I need. That's right, the creation, I put the info that I found. Here, I'm looking for the info that the user saved. Remember? And I put in the field. That's right.
Right.
Here in the field, in each field, I have a code. The main feature of control clone is clone all, called characteristic, code, and whatever that I put in the code. For example, each field that I have some code. The first code is when entry, push the color in yellow. It's very useful to the user to show in what field he put in the information. And then in the exit of the edit, I ask if the record was modified. If it's modified, okay, make some tricky. This is some tricky in the order of creation of fields. That's right. I found information and put again to the database. That's right. Remember, I use the field equal to hcat alphanumerico. Now, hcat alphanumerico equal a myself value. Modify the field and put the color again in the default color. This is the code that all this type of field have. All code. For example, this is a edit. For example, this is a list box. Miremos una list box. It's the same. Okay, it's the same information. It's the same code. I It's very easy to do in a procedure, but in some time in the future I optimize the code, but in the moment it work very very good. And well, okay, if work, don't modify. Remember, okay, okay, perfect.
Yeah, like they say, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yes, of course. Yes, if don't work, don't fix it. This is all the information. Okay, I show you now the database. Are you seeing my screen of SQL? Are you seeing my screen? No?
No. Do you have two screens?
No. Oh, and I'm running in a virtual machine, and I'm now in another machine. Okay. I'd like to, well, I show you the analysis. Okay. This is the table when I save the template. This MPL. Okay. MPL is the header of the template. Okay. I now only have a class of contigens, a code, description, well, other type of information that I need, okay? Then I have a child, is an MPLD, but basically the code of a template, a field, sequence, and description of the field. Other info that I need, but okay, this is another info that I need. And here I save the info to the option of the combo, or option of the combo or the MultiCheck fields. That's right? Okay, MultiCheck, did you know the MultiCheck field? That's right? Here I have a MultiCheck field, I put the option here. And the info of the user I save in another table. HCA is the header. This is a sequence. This is ID. This is ID. A code of a template. Another info that I need. For example, the user, the machine, the patient, the client, the whatever. And the record have the info that I need here. Here I save all the info in rows. Okay. Consecutive, code of string, or template, excuse me, sequence, and the info. I have one field for alphanumeric, one for date, one for memo, and one for list. At least today, no user. Only these three fields have information. If the type of field is alphanumeric, I save in that field. If a date, in that field, and if a memo, in that field. Is all that I need, okay? Understood? Arnold?
Yes. Any questions so far, anybody? Rob, you good?
Okay,
I think so. It's kind of like you're creating views, isn't it? But in a form. We have to watch the video again.
Well, all he has is like you have a parent with a whole bunch of children, right? It just happened that each child is a record, and each record, that set of records make up a form, right? So like Chris is saying, this is a free form data collection form.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. For example, if the template have 20 fields, the info recorded have 20 records. Okay.
Okay. So what do you do? If you do a filter, do you do any kind of filtering to say, hey, I want to find everything that has the male, sex is male. Can you pull all those records up, or
yes,
forms up, or?
Yes, it's very easy because in the database you see the info in records. It's very easy to find records, and with the ID, internal ID, you can show the corresponding the use the
Oh, okay,
the form
okay.
that you need. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so it points back to the parent and to the parent. And so you
That's
can
right.
bring all those yeah. Yeah, okay.
That's right.
It's not quite normalized, but right, it's not a normalized database. It's purely English or a full term.
Yes, because
It,
bueno, the
it's
normalization only is in the template with the child and the grandchild, okay? And the info that I need to record is también father, child, and grandchild. That's right. But the info really grow in rows, not grow in columns. That's right.
right.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
it's dynamically because you in the database you see all thousands of records. Depend of your application.
Yeah, I just would get nervous if I lost one piece and I didn't know I'd lost it. That's all.
No, up to date I never I lost some info. Never. I use all my.
Yeah, that's
many
because
years
you're in
of
SQL, so I guess that's it.
Yes, SQL is very dependable
Solid.
engine. I don't trust this in hyperfile. It's very bad in my own opinion. Okay, I don't like to start the third world. Okay, the war.
World War III. Yeah.
See, World. That's right. Okay. The other question, okay, so many questions are all understood.
Yeah, Freddie, I'm trying to.
Yes.
Okay, Rob.
Yeah, Freddie, I'm just really trying to wrap my head around all this. So sometimes if you have a table, you have a record, and you have this form, I should say, this free form. And let's just say, for example, you're going down and somebody answers a specific question a certain way. Can you stem this off to another branch of form to tailor the form based upon the response of the person?
Like a checkbox, for instance.
Like say they checked, yeah.
Yes.
Like a male and female checkbox. And yeah, certain questions for male, certain questions for female.
Yeah, that's right. It's possible. You saw all the fields, other fields that I have here. Let me check. Let me show. Here, for example, I have.
I guess what Rob is conditional record showing. Conditional template
It's possible.
fields.
You see this field that I have here? For
I don't
example,
think he
it's
has it
normal.
now, Rob, but I think he probably could do it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's possible. And for example, this type of this field that I have in the detail in the child of the template is to know, for example, if normal, abnormal, if normal show other fields, not hide some fields. It's very easy to do. Okay, it's possible. Okay. But in the example that I will upload, is very easy in order to not confuse all the bodies here in the conference. Is that right? The idea is to all people understand the concept. You know, when you know the concept, extend the functionality is very easy. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole thing is you got free form. So you have a template which points to the definition of that template, which is which fields do I use, and then you have the data entry side where it takes that whole setup and provides a form, and all the data is saved as records rather than as a whole. Each field is a record versus the whole form is one record.
That's right. Okay, that's right. Yes. The bunch of records is a form. That's right.
So instead of having 50 forms, you just have 50 records that populate onto one form based upon. Okay, all right. Now I'm starting to grasp this.
That's right.
I'm starting to get an idea what you're doing.
There's
Okay.
there's tons more records than, but it's fluid, right? So if you have a form with only 2 fields in it, you got 2
Only
records.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you got 50. You get, yeah. So that's why you can hear where I was a little nervous was, what if one of it disappears? How would I know? You know, but he feels comfortable with it.
Okay. Obviously, I put the reference foreign keys and in the fathers and in the with his child and whatever in order to secure the information. That's right, but it's very secure information. It's very useful in application like, for example, machines, for example, in maintenance, clinical records, for example. Documents. Remember, notice the same info that I need to record, for example, for a memo, that for a meeting act, for example, need different info. That right? For example, participants, dems, deals, whatever. But in a memo, I only need, for example, date and few words. It's okay. Okay. I use in a clinical record, for example, entonces, all the specialties, all medical specialties, I do a one template because not need the same information that register one gynecologist, for example, that pediatric physician, for example. That's right. The info is different. The header is the same. So the same is the code of the patient, the date, diagnostic, well, another information, right? Here a question about performance. No, I have in this record that I show you, I have many millions of records, and the performance is okay. For example, the time to load these records that you show in this application, this table have around 2 or 3 million of records. Here, in the biggest client of my client is used by around 150 users at that time. That's right, and no problem of performance. Because
there's a lot of reading and writing, though, right?
Yes. That's right. But when you
Fredy, just so you know, there's on the chat. There's talk about your.
Hey, Rob, know that he has a little delay, so when you
I know he does.
He doesn't hear it right away. Yeah.
Okay, Fredy, I don't know if you were looking at the chat, but there is a question being asked regarding the performance issues and stuff that why you would choose SQL over the hyperfile for a system like this. And it might be easier for you to express why you would prefer one over the other. I tried to put something in there, but obviously it may not be. You may have a bit more experience than I do. I've not really used hyperfile.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Okay. This application I use and I test in the hyperfile. The time to the user is okay. It's okay. The problem that I have with H file is dependability. It's not dependent. No. I don't trust because I have many loss of data. Not in this type of fields. No. In data in general. That's right. The performance is not good. The index some weird behavior and. For example, info that lost, and when you reindex, the info appear again. Also, many things that I conclude that the hyperfile is not the dependable engine. That's right. It's my opinion. Okay. Somebody say that hyperfile is okay. Okay. I don't fight.
Well, it's opinion plus experience.
Yes, opinion based on experience. That's right. is precisely in order to find a solution for database for little application or application with few user, finding and searching and searching and researching, I found a SQLite. I really impressed with SQLite. It's very easy to do, very powerful. Have an ANSI 92. ¿Cómo se llama eso? Complementar.
Compliance.
The compliance.
Compliance.
That's right. Compliance of the ANSI 92. Almost full. Okay, some things not supported, but hyperfile not support ANSI 92. For example, you in an hyperfile can do update with the inner joined, with linked with another tables, and this type of things you can do in hyperfile. That's right. And in SQLite,
Yeah, and you can go Mac, Windows, and Linux too.
That's right. And SQLite is in all platforms. Mac, Android is a native database of Android. The size of the database is maximum 2 terabytes per database. That's right. It's a big database. That's right. But not big as SQL Server or Oracle, but 2 terabytes of data is useful, no? I know the company cubeSQL is an Italian company that make some tricks in SQLite, and they sell a product named cubeSQL that create a multi-thread database based on SQLite, and is very cheap database. For example, for 3 user is free. For developers, unlimited user, free. Developer, the only upset with the developer version is that disconnect all users each 4 hours. Bueno, for test is okay, but for production, maybe a problem. That's right. The 10 user only costs 299, and unlimited is 999. So it's very cheap. Huh? The other thing that I like too much about SQLite is, for example, the database is only one file. You only copy the file for another place, and you have the database in another place. It's very nice feature. Other nice feature is you can encrypt all database. It's very useful. Other thing that I like is, for example, you don't need to install nothing in a mono user database. Only put the native WINDEV SQLite driver, and he do all. He create the database. He make all that it need, and work very nice. I found I want a cubeSQL you.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Did we lose you?
Yes.
Rob, are you there?
I'm still here, but I can't hear Fredy.
What's up?
Fredy?
He's been dropping in and out on me.
Yeah. Fredy?
Okay.
Fredy, we lost you for about 30 seconds.
Okay. I don't hear you well too. Now, are you hearing me the best?
Fredy?
Hello?
Fredy?
Okay, perfect. Bueno, I repeat.
Oh, bummer.
Okay, I repeat the last
We lost you for about
the
a
last,
minute now
things about
when you were
SQLite.
talking. The connection.
What
So
was my last word that you
the last thing we
understood?
heard was how much it costs.
Okay, when SQLite is very light. Okay. The most powerful GUIs
We hear you better now.
tools is around.
Yeah, we can
for
hear you
example,
now.
With $49, you can
Oh,
import
maybe
and
not.
export from SQLite. It's very cheap. But I have I'm test some of the SQLite GUI administrator, and the most
The cost. You
I
talked
like
about the
is
cost
free
already.
because are powerful, cheap, well, very easy, okay, very cheap. It's the most trouble-free database that I found, okay. In my opinion, for example, the most easiest database is SQL Server. It's very easy to move a database from one server to another. It's very powerful, very dependable, and a lot of this information. But SQLite is very nice, very powerful. I make some tests, for example, work and turn off the computer. Let me hold on. Okay.
Me hablas en español. Oye, ¿cuándo me vas a apretar el Windows 8? ¿No me digas apretar?
Yo lo tengo aquí en la memoria. Ahorita viene. Vale. Okay. I'm sorry for the interruption. Okay. And SQLite, I tell you that I make some tests with a few hundreds or thousands of records, and the performance is okay. It's okay. It's nice, work very easy, and only have one database by default. That DB extension. That's right. Let me show you a cubeSQL in this moment. This is the
Oh, Lord.
It's very nice. The connection, hostname, username, password. By default, the username and password are admin. That's right. And the hostname are localhost. The port by default is 4,430. Okay. Connect. Yes. Okay. Here is the GUI. That's a very nice GUI. Okay. This is a free version, the 3-user concurrent version. I show the database, a table and index. For example, let me here in SQLite, all tables that I create here. A console, for example, select
4430.
okay, client. I show the client, the user and group. It's similar to SQL Server. It's the easiest, very easy, and have many features, very nice features. For example, schedules to backup automatically. You don't need to disconnect to the user, for example. Restore, you can do backup. You can install plugins. I found in the web many plugins for whatever function that you imagine. For example, I found
Maybe someday they'll call it
plugin
SQL not so
for
light.
statistical functions. Very nice. For example, average, the standard deviation, variance, whatever. That's right. Many people do a plugin for SQLite. I found many plugins free.
Nice.
It's better. That's right. Command settings, for example, where's the database, backup, restore, web, whatever. cubeSQL as a server name, the port, and format. You can do the login text or in SQLite form. It's a full compatible with SQLite 3. For example, that database that you see here, the AgiliLite, is a migration from a database from SQL Server. Well, not all tables, some